Welcome back. This is Brittany with SeedSoilWater. Welcome to everyone who is new here, and welcome back to everyone that's been here before. I am so stoked to be here with you as we are learning to break the habit of being ourselves, to overcome our body, overcome time, overcome our environment, so that we can learn how to uproot the seeds of the past that are weeds that carry trauma and negative experiences, uproot that and plant new seeds of a future that we desire to actually live out. And turns out through studying this work that we really do have the mental capacity to A, do that, and B, that it really does have an impact on our life. So let's jump back in. Please like, share, subscribe, and save this playlist so that you can find it again, because sometimes YouTube will serve you up a really great video and then you forget the name of the channel and you don't get back to it. So save this playlist, and after this video, after you've watched it all the way through, go back to the beginning of the series and watch from there, because there's a lot of great content that came before this. So let's get into it. Living in the past, which is your future. Here's another example that demonstrates how familiar emotions create a corresponding future. Let's say you're invited to a coworker's 4th of July barbecue. Everyone from your department is expected to attend. You don't like the host. He's always number one, and he doesn't mind letting everyone know it. Every time he's hosted an event before, you've wound up having a miserable time with this guy pushing every single one of your buttons. As you're driving to his place now, all you can think about is how at the last party, he interrupted everyone's meal so he could present his wife with a new BMW. You're certain, as you've told your partner the whole week leading up to the cookout, that this is going to be one miserable day. And it becomes exactly that. You run a stop sign and get a ticket. One of your coworkers spills a beer on your pants and your shirt. The hamburger that you requested comes raw. Given your attitude, your state of being going on, so your attitude is your state of being, how could you have expected things to turn out any other way? You woke up anticipating that this day was slated to be a horror show, and it turned out that way. You alternated between obsessing about an unwanted future, anticipating what would come next, and living in the past, which is comparing stimuli that you were receiving to what you received previously. So you created more of the same. If you start keeping track of your thoughts and write them down, you'll find that most of the time you are either thinking ahead or looking back. Live your desired new future in the precious present. Yes. So here's another of those big questions. If you know that by staying present and severing or pruning your connections with the past, you can have access to all the possible outcomes in the quantum field, why would you choose to live in the past and keep creating the same future for yourself, especially if you don't like it? Why wouldn't you do what is already in your power to do, to mentally alter the physical makeup of your brain and body so that you can be changed ahead of any actual desired experience? Why wouldn't you opt for living in the future of your choice now ahead of time? What would you choose too? So I've said it a bunch of times before, SeedSoilWater Spa is a place where it's an audio spa for you to go and dream and have imagination and kind of start to figure out what is your desired future. What does it even look like? What does it feel like? Who's there? What do you do all day? You know, it's one of those things. I think we've been fed lines like, I just want to travel, well, once you travel that much, it turns out like flying is kind of miserable, or like van life. I just want to live van life. Living van life is actually very challenging. It comes with a lot of challenges. And trust me, I want to live van life. So it's not that I don't want to have that, but I don't want to live only van life. Because it's like small space, you have to be very organized, especially if you have kids. It's like putting things, you have to, you have to be really strategic and organized. And of course there are amazing perks, but it has some setbacks. And it's one of those things, until you've dabbled into it, maybe you don't know. And so we kind of just grasp onto these concepts but I invite you to really dig into like, what do you actually like? It turns out for me, I have like a normal job and I actually really like my normal job. And I really love the routine that our life presents right now for the ages that my children are. And I really like my home. I really like, and it's funny also, I thought, it's kind of one of those things where you're like, I just want a big mansion because it seems like more is more. But right now, for where I'm at in my life with two children that are under 5, and less is more for me right now. To have a maintenance, I'm surrounded by maintenance people that do the work. I have very convenient dumpster that I can dump in anytime, like anytime I want. I can take my garbage. I don't have to worry about pulling a garbage can out. We have a pool that I don't have to manage. We have a gym that I don't have to manage. We live very close proximity to all of our important things, like our important activities. We're surrounded by fun parks. My house is just the right size to like of cleaning, I don't really want it to be even any bigger right now because children just put toys everywhere. So like I don't really need any additional space right now. That just means I would have additional space to clean up toys. So these are the kind of weird things that if you don't know, you can just say get concepts like everything works out for us. We live a very harmonious life that is structured and balanced and rooted. Our routine is enjoyable for all of us. We all love how we spend our time. And what's beautiful about it is that the creator of the universe, which has programmed this universe um, to respond to our minds, it knows what that means to you. And so anyway, of course, the more specific you can be, the more specific the response will be. But sometimes those like cookie cutter dreams that we're told are like the thing are sometimes actually they don't end up being the thing. So anyway, that's kind of a random tangent. Okay, but what would you choose? So go to Seed Soil Water Spa. I will be starting to also add some journaling prompt videos so that it will prompt you as you think through some of these things. And there are a lot of visualizations and meditations there now, both short and long. Instead of obsessing about some traumatic or stressful event that you fear is in your future, based on your experience of the past, obsess about a new desired experience that you haven't yet embraced emotionally. Allow yourself to live in that potential new future right now. By the way, please, if you have an experience that you want to have, let's say it is going on an amazing backpacking, hiking adventure to exotic waterfalls, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever your idea is, if you want me to record a Seed Soil Water Spa audio on it, please leave that in the comments and leave your idea here, and I will record something for you. Okay. Allow yourself to live in that potential new future now, to the extent that your body begins to accept or believe that you're experiencing the elevated emotions of that new future outcome in the present moment. You're going to learn how to do this. Oh, yeah, because at the end, there's even more. Remember when I said that my daughter needed to live her present life like she'd already had the experiences of the great summer in Italy? By doing that, she was broadcasting into the quantum field that the event had already physically occurred. The greatest people in the world have demonstrated this. Thousands of so-called ordinary people have done it, and you can as well. You have all the neurological machinery to transcend time, to make this a skill, what some might call miracles. I describe as cases of individuals working toward changing their state of being so that their bodies and minds are no longer merely a record of their past, but become active partners taking steps to a new and better future. Yes. Okay, I'm going to stop this one here. Let's pick up on the next one. I have no idea how long it's been. Might be short. We'll see. Okay, be blessed, be well, be free.